It was a sight to behold in the Bronx, rival gangs in the streets, but marching together in the name of peace. Hundreds reportedly took part in this April's Kings Stop Killing Kings event, including members of the Bloods, the Crips, and the Latin Kings. The fallen rapper, Nipsey Hussle, inspired this remarkable call to action. Nipsey went from gang member to Grammy-nominated artist and community philanthropist. His life tragically cut short in March following a shooting outside his Los Angeles clothing store. However, his message of unity continues to resonate, bringing communities together from Los Angeles to New York. For more on this story, we want to talk with Sean-Duke McPhatter, who helped organize the New York March and is the founder and CEO of the group, the nonprofit group called Gangsters Making Astronomical Community Changes Incorporated, GMAC. We're also joined by Aaron Jones, a violence interruption specialist for GMAC, and the organization works to change the lives of those caught up in the street life. Gentlemen, good to have you here with us.
Good morning.
Thank you for
having us. I
having
want to
us.
talk to you about. I want to get to your organization in a second and what you've been doing, both of you, and your own backgrounds. But let me start with the march, because I suspect people are listening to that saying that sounds almost impossible to believe that gangs who we know engage oftentimes in violence would be on the street marching together for peace. How'd that happen?
So, like you mentioned, Nipsey Hussle, and that's important to our communities. Some of us coming from that lifestyle, there's always a bad word or just a vision of us put out there. And Nipsey's death was able to bring something different up to our communities. A lot of people didn't know that someone who was classified a gang member could do so much good. And what that did was start to inspire others who were part of different types of gangs. We got a call from my son Lennon, and my son wanted to bring this together, right? As a king who was in the community, continuing to advocate against violence, he felt it important to bring this march to New York City. And as a community-based organization who focus on gun violence and dealing with predominantly those who are affiliated, we are part of that march. So with that, I then gave my guy Aaron Jones the baton to move the march forward.
So Aaron, how do you get these groups to come together in a march for peace?
When you've been in a gang for so long, it's like when you see your fellow gang member or even a rival gang at a time, you know, we out here and we knew what the message was and what the march was about. It wasn't really hard to just say, bro, this is what we gotta do, this is what we out here for.
How did the march go?
It went kind of smooth, it went really good. You know, a lot of people came out, more than we expected. Very much a lot more gang members than I expected as well, too.
So you had community members out there, obviously, but you did get gang members from rival gangs
all over
together on the street.
All over the city. We had Latin Kings, we had Bloods, we had Crips. We even saw a few Patias. Like, a lot of people may not know about that gang, but they're a strong gang in prison and out in the Bronx. So
if you look at the Latin Kings, you look at the Nietas, you look at the Bloods, the Crips, the predominant gangs that are committing the violence in our communities, or allegedly, were not built to do so. So when we come out there, we talk about that. We bring that back to the forefront of what these
organizations... To say to them, there are other things that you can be doing as gangs rather than violence?
There are other things you're supposed to be doing.
Supposed to be doing.
Correct.
That you originally were created to do.
Correct.
That didn't involve violence.
Correct.
Are they listening? Do you find the gang members... Look, both of you have backgrounds as gang members.
Yes.
Which I would think gives you some credibility on the street when you talk to people. Are they listening to you?
Well, of course they're listening, because we're changing lives every day. Like, there's no more trying with us. Like, it's just we have to do. So, for example, we started out in East Flatbush years ago. You know, East Flatbush,
one of the top three precincts in New York City in gun violence.
Gun violence.
Before we started working over there. Now it's not, you know, we've given 60% of decline in murders in 67 precincts.
But the numbers are significant.
And
significant decreases.
And they don't lie. And when you get somebody that's from a neighborhood that has ties, and you see a lot of this is emulated, you know, and the lack of knowledge with the youth. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know. Like, you might catch a Blood talking Crip lingo or Crip speaking Blood lingo. They just don't really know. It's just wake up, you see it, the facade and the image of the money and those things.
What gets you? I want to get to your organization. So given your own background as a gang member, what got you to the point where you said, this has got to change, and I've got to do something to help change it?
Well, originally, you know, I became a Blood because of what it meant. Right? And it meant brotherly love over oppression and destruction. Right? There's nothing in that told me I was supposed to be about violence and murder.
This was a group for you providing family.
While incarcerated, while on Rikers Island, there was a lot of rivals. In fact, the Latin Kings were one of the main rivals that I became a blood because of. And eventually we, then on Rikers Island, even came to a truce to be able to start them, but it continued in the streets. So we found common ground, right? And I learned to understand common ground and things that make sense, right? We all trying to protect, but in the protection, we overpower our communities. So for someone who came from that, and I saw a father whose child came to prison with 35 years of life at the age of 17, I didn't want that to be an example of my children. So that was a catalyst that made the change for me. And I realized that I could use my reputation differently, right? I could push the violence in the past. I could push the positive. I could push
Having been there.
Having been there, it was easy for me. I was known to be violent. I was known to answer things with aggression. That was all I was known for. So to be able to switch that, and those who know you and him, right? I'm an example that helped change him, and others who work with our organizations that see, all right, if I know Aaron Sledge Jones, I know who they know me as Stripe. These are gentlemen who I know is incarcerated, who was running these streets, carrying guns daily, that can now tell you, don't pull the trigger. What argument do you have?
What was it about it then? You knew him, you knew his violent past and background. All of a sudden he comes out and he's preaching a very different sermon.
That was, like,
so what
honestly,
was it that got you to say, maybe I need to change my life too?
See, for me, to like I know this man for like over 20 years, so I do know the violent past that he has, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up watching him, and just to see him come back, like, we not doing that, bro. This is what we gonna do, you know what I'm saying? And what he did was, he amazed me, shocked me, you know? He took me to a building, it had nothing but wires, copper showing, and things of that nature. It was nothing built, just gutted building property. He didn't tell me, he said, you know, this right here, this spot right here is where we gonna start and build this foundation right here. Maybe a month or two later, he called me back again. And when I came back again, there were walls up, the walls were green, mirrors everywhere. And he said, man, we cutting the ribbon tomorrow.
So
and
there's an organization, and we've got a real structure.
That's right,
for our
we got structure going on here.
Why did you, if I had said that to you, we met on the streets. I said, Aaron, let me talk to you about your life and what you're doing. Would you listen to me about it? What was it about him that made you say, okay, I'm going to change my life?
It's the lifestyle. He's from my lifestyle.
Right.
We have similar backgrounds, and this is somebody I know that was stand up. Like, they made rules up for him in the gangs because of his beliefs in being righteous and out. I mean, it's carrying out the right way. When he said brotherly love override oppression and destruction, yes, brotherly love, us together, could override the oppression and destruction.
Tell me about some of the things that you're doing, that GMAC does out there, because we said in the areas where you're all working, you've seen dramatic decreases in gun violence, significant decreases in gun violence. What are you doing to affect that?
Well, if you look at the violence in our neighborhoods, it's predominantly committed by the same small percentage, right? It's a question about that 3 to 5%, if that high. That it's constant, right? Recidivism is constant. And they're not getting those type of services. And the individuals that are pulling the triggers or telling somebody to pull the trigger, we have the ability to tell them not to do so, right? So now that's what we do. We focus on those who have that voice, who are even uneducated. Right, you have to ask a blood and a Crip, right? A young person. What is the main beef between the blood and the Crip? They can't tell you.
Never.
Right?
Never
You
could
ask.
It was just there.
Right. I was told.
But they couldn't explain why.
Right. They don't know. You can't go. If you ask an OG from years from LA where it was formed, the original beef, you can't really get the facts, right? So we can't argue the facts of what we beefing for, what we arguing, fighting, killing each other for, right? All right, what is your goal? What do you want to accomplish? Right, so we realize there's lack of resources. So when we see that the lack of resources, we got outreach workers who talk about the individuals and create a risk reduction program, a plan for somebody who is high risk to shoot or be shot.
Not to cut him off, but the biggest part of that is you. What do you want to do? That's the difference. When you have teachers, you have preachers, you have probably the mailman or even the neighbor that could try to deter you from violence or being dangerous. And you'll turn the other cheek. You might hear him, but you ain't really hearing. But when you hear the gangsters, your big homie tell you, yo, bro, that's what we not doing. They'll, man, nah.
Yeah.
You'll think
it's
like,
where
nah,
you're hearing the message from.
Because we could be doing that. You know that I could be doing. It's nothing to do.
And that's who you guys were.
Yeah.
Back in your lifetime.
Let me say this. He lost his brother. And a more highly publicized killing, like, a rap, everybody know rap, and the shooting, you know what I mean? And that, for me, right there, and I got to see him go through that. I had to take him to the hospital, go with him, and this is somebody that has a violent past that is now on the up and up and is moving forward. I know it took everything in him. And that should be the example and the standard that he set for all of us to look at that and say, look, this is another thing
He can
you understand.
change. He can
this
change.
man has
Why
changed
can't
all the
you
way.
change? Are you seeing real change on the streets? Younger people not feeling, all right, to be anything out here on the streets, I got to be part of a gang and I've got to be a violent part of the gang. Are you getting a sense where you're working, where GMAC is working, that change is taking place?
Oh, I would say yes and no, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the need to continue to be part of something is going to continue to happen, right?
And that's human nature.
Yes, right? And it depends on the family structure, the community they come from, right? We are products of our environments. So if that environment don't have the right resources and they're dealing with violence and different types of conflicts, people will continue to do so, especially if there's a fathers in mass incarceration, there's no leadership in the house. So if that happens, this is the thing about our focus. We're not trying to take you away from what you choose to be part of, right? It's not what you are. And that's what society's doing, right? Is they're making what you are and criminalizing what you are.
Yep.
If I go to college and I pick up a sorority and a fraternity, it's because there's resources and finances there that's different than the person who becomes a blood in the Crip, right? So then they have the criminal network to help them provide for their families. So we need to take away that criminal network and provide them with accessible opportunities that progresses their lives and their family lives. So yes, we're seeing them change because we're showing them a different way, right? But what we need to also see is accountability from our government, right? Accountability from law enforcement, right? When we talk about police shootings, right? We won't get away from that. That's
Become
something-
partners
Right.
with the community and the law enforcement agencies
and
all of you
and not
GMAC.
have that right, and not because we work with, we don't work for, we don't talk to, we don't share information with them, but they have a job to do. NYPD has a job to do. While they take guns and other rapes and all that crimes off the street, our job is to prevent violence from happening, to stop a shooting from happening, right? So if I could take an individual in a neighborhood who now wants to change his life and he's a leader in that community, instead of giving him the money for drugs, let's put the resource to give him the money to employ, and that's our focus.
Big
Well,
focus.
Gentlemen, you're doing wonderful work, important work on the streets, and perhaps most important, the fact is you can show results based upon what you're doing. So I want to thank you for spending some time with us, and thank you for that very good work you're doing on the street. And we're going to continue to talk with you all and get you back in here and get some sense from you the progress that you're making here.
Thank you, Jack.
Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you.
You guys be well.
Thank you.